All right, guys, welcome to the Han and Homes live show. I apologize about not having new content up in the last couple of weeks here. I've been traveling, and then, of course, clients are now clamming down on me to attack the winter market. If you don't know, winter is a fantastic time for diligent buyers to really hunt and not have to worry about families getting in the way of competition. And then on top of that, too, lazy people, right? Like not a lot of Americans want to move during the holiday seasons. So this is your chance, buyers. If you're really serious, you really don't care what time it is that you move, you don't have kids that have to transfer schools, this is the prime time for you guys to be competitive and maybe actually even win a bid or two. Okay, so that being said, I kind of want to dive into the show with a quick update on my life here, what's going on, and then kind of catch you guys up. If you do follow me on Instagram, which is Han and Homes, please follow. I've been kind of giving you a little bit of insight on a particular deal that I've been working on in Hercules. Now, the last time I spoke to you guys, we went ahead and got into contract and we were in the inspection window period. Long story short, because the seller did not provide any sort of reports, no roof, no termite, no home inspection, nothing like that, we had to do that on our own. That being said, the findings were pretty traumatic. It calls for a structural engineer to come check out the foundation. And I'm going to try to kind of explain it to you in layman's terms what's going on. Ideally, when you get a slab concrete foundation, so versus a crawl space, like with a little bit of crawl space, you get a concrete slab. That's the opposite end of things. That concrete slab, because California, the shifting of the land and the rain and all that stuff, sometimes you get a little bit of a sloping or imperfections in the foundation itself. And that's what the home inspector found. We went ahead and ordered a structural engineer to go ahead and check it out and give us their estimate of repairs for such a situation. So lo and behold, the day that the the structural engineer came to do his job, the seller kicked him off the property and said that we're not selling this property anymore. Get the hell out. And so, you never want to be the person who hires a professional only to be, kicked out. It was just a little bit embarrassing for me. I did apologize. I did the traditional, we're going to pay you for your time. Here's a gift. We apologize. We had to do all of that. In the meantime, the listing agent didn't even apologize to us. It was a shame. I get L's like this, all the time, and it's all about how you handle the L's in this industry. But it just kind of bugs me sometimes when the listing agents or your transaction partner, your other agent, doesn't respect you or doesn't respect the process or doesn't care, right? And in this case, the listing agent didn't really care in the sense that the seller changed his mind randomly when you get into contract. When your listing was listed for 3 weeks, they could have changed their mind. Was it because we did the reports and we found out what was going on with your home? It just gives you another example, another reason why I'm a huge advocate of when you're listing a home, get the fucking reports done. It's about $500. Just get it done, get it done, put it out there, let everybody know what's going on. So you don't have to deal with your seller being surprised when when buyers deliver a home inspection report with $25,000, $30,000 of repair. That's just, elementary stuff. But in smaller markets, they really don't know how to control their clients. And this is what happened. They went ahead and canceled the listing. We had already spent about $1,000 on home inspections just to get, a clear answer because they didn't do it. It hurt my clients a lot. And I saw that. And so I wanted to kind of share with you guys what I told them. In the big scale realm of things, when you're buying a home, especially this home, it was at just roughly around $780,000. It may look big that you spent $1,000 to find out that the home was not for you at that moment. But when you're looking back, maybe especially right now when we've already found a second property for my clients, and they love it and we're in contract and we already passed the home inspection window, and now we're just waiting for appraisal, which I don't think is going to be an issue to go ahead and clear. But when we're in that moment, you're down $1,000. That's everything to you, right? So I kind of have to explain the fact that if we didn't do the reports and we purchased the home, you're in the hole for a terrible condition home, and you're out $780,000, right? Versus $1,000. So, in the long term, they told me too, it was like, hey, we're so happy that you went ahead and, pushed us to go ahead and get that done, because the answers were right there. The fact that the sloping happened, the fact that the seller was so nervous to have a structural engineer going into the property that they canceled the sale, there has to be something deeper, something that wasn't told in the disclosures, and it wasn't shared, publicly for all buyers in the market. So, long story short, happy ending. They were able to purchase a beautiful home, a little bit newer, right? A little bit more spacious and well kept, with literally everything documented. When they did double pane windows in, I think, like 2003, they went ahead and saved the receipt. It was incredible. So my clients were really, really appreciative that, we stuck around, that we backed off, and we didn't kind of cave into them saying, oh, we don't want no reports. It's all of that. We didn't cave. We paid the $1,000. We found our answer. We escaped, right? So that's the beauty of our process here. Haunted Homes and, my affiliate firm, we strongly believe in this process. This process has been applied in San Francisco for the last 30 years, and it's protected over thousands of clients we've had. So I'm glad that this is the most recent, more modern example of when you follow the process, things just work out. Okay, so following up from that, I kind of want to give everyone an update on coronavirus and, the lockdown that is just looming literally everyone in the industry here. We have folks who have had listings prepared for months now. They're afraid that they're not going to be able to list. So as of this morning, San Francisco Association of Realtors went ahead and gave us a quick little update. As of right now, we don't know. Gavin Newsom, our governor, has not told anyone if we're going to actually go into a shutdown. But that being said, they went ahead and kind of refreshed us on what is required and what is recommended. So long story short, we're going to have to use showing times to book, just like we've had in the last couple of months. They do recommend that listing agents require a pre-approval letter so that we are cutting down the amount of traffic that's going into their seller's property. And I totally agree on that. I think the worst thing that I see is when agents take around clients that haven't even been pre-approved, right? You don't know how much you're able to purchase. You don't even know if you're in the range of capability in these properties, and yet you're taking up appointment slots, you're taking up time, energy, all of that stuff. So I'm really happy that the association is kind of pushing this new requirement. It cuts down the fat of the shoppers, the process, and allows the listing agents to really, really focus on true buyers, real buyers. Okay, so that's what's going on in my world here. Like I said, we're entering winter right now, and I am astonished as to how many pre-approval letters I've been sent, and a lot of clients are ready to go ahead and start hunting. So I've been busy there. I apologize about the delay of this content here. Okay, so we're gonna jump right into a new not a new segment, but a different segment here, where I'm gonna do the end of year comparison, and because I live in San Francisco, my biggest money-making opportunities are here. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick, super quick for you guys comparison of 2019 versus 2020 performance. Okay, so if we take a look here, this is the sold price analysis report, and I roughly did just like 1 month, right? Like I wanted to see what it looked like October, November 2019, and then October, November today. And if you look at the data, I mean, this is quite a bit. So what I'm pulling here is SFRs that were sold within the 30-day period. And I kind of want to focus, if you guys take a look, if you guys take a look at the bottom of the first row here, 1,168,000. Okay, so we're going to work off of that row there. So the original price versus list price. Now, essentially, the list price means that, if there is a difference, they went ahead and did a reduction of the original price. So I really don't care about that. I mean, there's not much data to pull. What I'm looking at here is the the original price versus sold, and that percentage there. So when it's 100, that means that it's sold at list price, no more, no less. If it's below 100, that means that they took a loss, right? So if they were listing for $1 million, they probably sold it for like 950, something like that. Last year, this time, San Francisco is averaging 112%. So a 12% upcharge on any listing price. That tells me that is a hot fire, maybe 10 or 15 offers sort of situation all the time, right? And that was what we were living in San Francisco for the last 5, 6, 7 years. Now, I kind of want to get you guys boom, just like to 2020 here. Same numbers again. Let's take a look here. 103. So we lost roughly around 10% of aggression, right? 10% of demand year to year. So that could be anything from the fact that San Francisco has been locked down for 8 months. It could be the fact that like there's no real clear direction to what businesses are going to have to do to stay open and help the city thrive, especially after coronavirus here. There's a lot of uncertainties, and it's definitely reflecting on the aggressiveness of buyers. Now, if you see, it was almost the same amount of listings sold within a month period. So what that tells me is nothing's really slowing down, right? Like people are still listing, people are still purchasing within a certain amount of time in a window of 30 days, and it's pretty healthy. And if you guys focus on something that's really important here, the average sold home was roughly around $1.3 million in 2019, October, November. If we move over to 2020, we are now up at 1.4. So in a sense, if anyone's talking to you guys like, oh, is the SF market dropping, blah, 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 you can tell them straight up, nah, not really. I mean, what I'm seeing is the prices are still high up there. There's no real true discounts that are coming in. The square footage pricing is right up there, right? It's continued to climb month after month. And I think San Francisco, as far as SFRs go, I'm not talking about condos, apartments, townhouses, none of those. Those complexes are definitely suffering. Okay. But we're focusing purely on single family resident homes here. Okay. So that being said, what's the conclusion off this data? And you can truly tell a billion stories off of this data. But what it tells me is San Francisco's market year through year, even with Corona, kind of devastating our opportunities here in San Francisco. People are still listing, people are still buying, and the only thing that's different is there's no overbidding anymore. There's no, for example, here, let me show you the craziness of what it was in 2019. If you guys go ahead and take a look at Hunters Point, 1028 Eins Ave, so it's about the fifth one down here. So it listed at 950. It went down, or it kind of went down to 888 for the live. I'm not really quite sure what happened, but it went ahead and sold for. Wait. It sold for. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm talking about Capitol Avenues, which is Ingleside, where I live here. So it originally listed at 855. And it sold for $1,055,000, right? So that is a 123% increase. You are not going to see that. And that was a condo. I know exactly which property that was too. That was a condo. So you're not going to be able to find these ridiculous buyers and, crazy-eyed buyers today. They are definitely more sober, and we are going to see the reflection of it in the overall sold list percentage increase or decrease here. So San Francisco is definitely, still stable. People are still purchasing homes, but we're just not out of our mind pushing up square footage pricing like, there's no tomorrow. Okay, great. So I'm hoping that you guys had a good understanding of what I'm looking at here. This is the type of data that I kind of milk over or mull over just to see if I can find a story, kind of give a definitive answer to my clients' questions like, hey, how's San Francisco doing? I can say anything from, oh yeah, we're doing great or whatever, but this is the type of data that my clients love and that I am truly about, because I do come from, the tech industry, and data analysis is something that made me a ton of money for years. So I'm going to start to apply this a little bit more. If you guys are out there and, want me to go ahead and do a quick comparison year over year in your area, or maybe an area that you're looking to buy, let me know. I will be happy to send you guys these reports and even walk you through what I see. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and move on to some questions here. Now, as far as I know it, um, I don't get a lot of questions outside of, what my clients ask me. There's no real viewership just yet, but because of LinkedIn and the magic of social media, Al, one of my former classmates in college, shot me a question on LinkedIn in one of the videos that I posted. He asked me, "Hey Han, can you do like a segment, or kind of explain what a short sale is?" And that's not a subject that I'm really like educated on, but I have been able to kind of do co-listings, or not co-listings, but co-purchases with a short sale in Orange County. It's not the most traditional way to purchase a home, and it's definitely not the most secured. And so I'm going to kind of walk you guys through the definition of a short sale, and you can look it up. There's millions of videos on what a short sale is, but I kind of want to put you guys in the mindset of the owner of the home and why they want to do a short sale in the first place. Okay, so what a short sale is when a bank is just ready to do a soft foreclosure on an owner, right? They're telling you, hey, you're delinquent. It looks like if you don't pay, we're going to go ahead and start listing your property on the auction. Here's the steps. Boom, 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 boom. These are the dates, right? And I'm gonna be the owner. I'm gonna put myself into the owner's shoes, and I'm saying, wow, I lost my job. I'm definitely not going to be able to pay the mortgage and feed my kids, but I need a place to stay. We can't move out right now. What can I do to continue to stay and sort of convince the bank that I'm almost ready to sell? Let me go ahead and do the sell myself, so I'm not losing my fucking down payment, all my equity, and just leaving everything on the table. And leaving empty-handed, essentially off of the deal. That's exactly what happens in auctions too. So this is a short sale is an opportunity for the homeowner to kind of dig themselves out of the hole before the bank go ahead and takes their home by force. So in that sense, when you do see a short sale, and I'm going to go ahead and put it back into my mind into the a buyer's agent, right? The selling agent, whatever these terms are. These are funny terms. I represent the buyer. They'll go ahead and do even open houses. I've seen open houses for short sales, right? And the idea is, then this is the diabolical thing, right? The owner wants maximum amount of eyes, maximum amount of offers in hands, for the reason to show the bank that says, hey, look, I did a quote unquote listing, and look at all the interested properties, and look at the price that I'm able to get, right? And look at the qualification of these buyers. I can do this. Give me time. I want to handle this process. Give me some more time before you foreclose on me. So that sounds great, right? Usually short sales are beautiful. Oh my God, the value of the house is $700,000, and here's your chance to get it for like $480,000, and you're like, oh my God, this is like so perfect. Let's get ahead and let's do this. Wrong way to approach it. Okay. When you are creating an offer, or you're putting in an offer for a short sale, you have to expect windows of time for response to be tremendous. And it's because the banks will essentially sell you the home at whatever price that you agreed upon. But they usually take, in my opinion, too long, right? But usually in the short sale that I've seen and I've participated in, just as a support, it takes about 8 to 10 months for an average California short sale response, right? So imagine if you had a client live and they saw the short sale and it's what a deal, and it's $480, and oh, we can totally put $600 and still save, that's their whole mindset. But what they don't realize is you're going to wait 8 to 10 months. Right? And you might not even get picked. And here's a little bit of like backdoor information. The short sale that I was, kind of co-assisting in, I didn't really want to touch it, but I was in Orange County, so I helped them out a little bit. They collected roughly around 200 offers, right? And they never stopped taking offers for months. And so ideally you're going against 200 other offers. A lot of them are removing contingencies, a lot of them are sharks that are putting hundreds of these types of bids for short sales all around California, hoping for maybe one or two to be accepted. So as far as short sales goes, here's my technique. If you're really going to get into it, create a simple shortcut sort of contract offer template where you're maybe putting down 3%, you're removing contingencies, things like that, and have your realtor, have your agent send out 50, 100 of them a month for you. Okay, so in hopes that maybe one or two will turn your favor, but in my professional opinion, short sales have been dominated by sharks, and so that's the reason why I really don't touch on it too much, and I don't really advocate for it, mainly because it's just it's been industrialized to the T, where the average guy, even if you can you imagine writing 100 offers a month? I would hate my realtor job if I was doing that, right? So there are guys sitting there writing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of offers. So imagine if you bring your client in, you see this home, it's beautiful, and you say, and the client's like, let's write an offer. And this information, you're going against 200 offers. It doesn't feel good. It's not going to be a good time for you. And your clients really are going to disengage because you're not really telling them the truth, and they're not being educated, which is your job, realtors. Okay, so Al, I hope that answered your question there. I know it was just more or less my experience with short sales. If you do have any in-depth, questions on top of this, feel free to just DM me. And what I can do is refer back to my mentors or even my firm and see if we can pull any sort of deeper information for you, specifically in certain areas. Like I told you to, short sales operate a little differently in different municipalities. So please educate yourself on, the bylaws, the local bylaws, before you dive too deep into short sales. Okay. Well, guys, I guess I meant to, went ahead and killed what? Oh my God. 22 minutes of your time. Jeez, I'm sorry. I'm just getting back into the groove of recording and being at home here. So I do hope that you guys enjoy this short episode of Haunted Homes Live. This is going to be something that I'm going to continue to work on. If you do have any questions, feel free to shoot them at me at Haunted Homes on Instagram or even on LinkedIn here. Just follow me, Hanhua. A lot of my content is there. Please engage with me. This is something that I'm going to continue to expand on. And if my viewers can give me any sort of feedback, that would be fantastic. Okay, well, that being said, thank you so much for watching. Tune in maybe next week. I'm really sure for a new episode of Haunted Homes here. I will be in the Concord, Dublin, Pleasanton area with a brand new set of clients looking for anything from condos to SFRs. So follow along on Instagram if you want to see what these areas have to offer live. I usually do a couple of stories. And have a great rest of your week, guys, and stay safe out there. Peace.
Perfect, perfect.